Hi there, my name is Luke Sheldrick. I'm going to show you today how we organize our seeds. We're going to do a little inventory. We're getting ready for the 2024 season. So I've done my crop plan. I'm going to base my seed order off of that, but I'm going to show you what companies we like to order from, how we decide, and how many we sort of look at, plan it, keep records, and just do it in an organized fashion because it's super important. We get addicted to just looking through that seed catalog and wanting to just pick, but then you have no method to the madness. So it all starts with a crop plan. You can check our other video on that. But then this is step 2, your seed order. So let's get organized. I'm gonna show you what we do, run you through everything, and then you can have a good plan for your garden. Before I go any further in this video, I just wanna say I own and operate Terramore Farm with my wife, Dana Moores. We both make our living off of this farm, so we grow organic vegetables and cut flowers. We have a team of 8 people that are full-time staff throughout the summer. And it's really important that if you like this content or wanna see more of this content, please subscribe, share, view, comment, whatever is needed to expand this channel because we make our full living off the farm. So whereas many people make content and then have a farm, we actually at this time make no money off of the content. And I'm hoping to just share what a profitable farm looks like. But without your attention, I can't justify taking that time away from the farm. So please like and share. We got tons of cool content coming. On we go into the stuff about ordering seeds. Thank you. Who we work with. If you are a farmer or a grower or a gardener or anything like that, I'm sure you've signed up for a few different catalogs and I'm sure you get a lot in the mail. We get tons. But if you've never ordered seeds before and you don't know who to pick, I've got a few that I can share with you. Johnny's is our absolute favorite for a couple of reasons. Variety is the best. And they have, of course, flowers, vegetables, everything. Their resources on their website are incredible. And also their staff are amazing. Next up, another organic one, High Mowing. They're really good. We often use them to just sort of complement our Johnny's order. To be honest, I always seem to get a lot of Johnny's. High Mowing. West Coast Seeds, so we're in Canada. We like to get stuff from them when we can. So we get our hack rye turnip from them. That's one thing for sure. And then we always round out our order with William Dam. So that's just our local connection there in Ontario. So that would be my recommendation, is looking for a place that's near you too. It's nice to support local. So what we can't get from Johnny's or what we find to be better priced or anything like that is from William Dam. It's important to look at a few different options because you'll be so surprised with the price differences from some vegetables to another. I don't know whether it's just their buying power or options, but often William Dam can really beat prices with Johnny's, but then we'll surprise ourselves and it's not like this is consistently cheaper. It's from one seed to another. We're always sort of comparing between all 3 of our favorites or all 4 of our favorites to make sure we're getting the best price for our seeds. We used to just be lazy and just go with one company and then sort of just get the accents from another. But really it is super important to price compare. Break down those vegetables or flowers, whatever you're getting. Figure out your list, what you want, and then go from there to compare the prices. The first most important thing is getting organized, and that does tie back into sort of comparing prices because you want to have your list of vegetables that you want. That's obvious. So that comes from your crop plan. You have to decide what you want to grow, but we like to put that into an Excel spreadsheet. And then we have our inventory. So we are gonna go ahead and check our inventory from last year, and that's gonna inform our decisions of what we have, what we need to get more of, and let's go over that right away. It's very straightforward, just has the crops that we're growing, and I just write sort of quick notes. It's very simple. How much we need, do we need any, etc. Now something to remember, you want to date all of your seeds, what year they're from, because we don't want to be having anything from 2021. Ideally, you don't want to be keeping seeds that long. So what our goal is to have very few left over, and we mix those into next year. Now this may look very funny because I'm giving tips on how to organize seeds, and mine definitely don't look super organized, but there is method to the madness, and maybe there's something to be said about having systems in place that are not necessarily perfect, but they work. Because here's what we got. This here is my succession planting bin. As you can see, I love mason jars, so we actually put the little label inside the lid of the jar, and that works lovely. So you see, that's 2021. So what I'll probably do is add, like, buy some new cilantro. Cilantro is really cheap too. So making these decisions is also based on the importance of the crop, like whether or not you're gonna mix in old seed. The importance of the crop, like I'm never doing it with our greenhouse tomatoes. I'm never risking poor germination of something like that. But something like herbs where I'm putting 3 to a cell anyways, like cilantro, like herbs like cilantro where I'm putting 3 to a cell anyways, I totally don't mind mixing in new with old. That's a great example. Cilantro is going on the list as needing more. We're just gonna go through every single crop and say whether we need more, whatever, and just do it piece by piece. So I'm not gonna do that all on this video, but you're gonna need your own sheet. You're gonna take inventory and you're gonna make decisions based on your own comfort of whether or not you're just gonna keep a little bit of last year or throw it out and start fresh. Now back to organization. I have all of our seeds that we just plant once a year in one bag. So that's things like tomatoes, eggplants, peppers, things like that. So those are just the one and done, and that's easy. There's normally not that many of them, so one Ziploc bag is fine. Then I have my beautiful little direct seeding bin that I bring out. My one beef with this is I would love it to have a lid on it, because there are times that I've gotten trapped outside and wished that I had something to cover this when it was raining. But yeah, typically I have my direct seeding binder with this, and I just bring this out to the field. Like I say, this is lovely. And I always have my scale in here, because for direct seeding, you need to weigh before and after for your notes to see how much seed you dropped. Because then if you have issues in your rows, you can take note and make adjustments based on that. Those are the 3 things that I have: one and done, succession planting, and direct seeding, and they're all in separate places. And then, like I say, we're just doing inventory of that, and then we're gonna create our seed order based off of our crop plan. Quick little bonus, I wanna show you how Dana does her flowers. It's really cool because there's so many seeds and so many packets. She's just doing her inventory too right now. So she's got them all laid out here. She does it in alphabetical order in this beautiful Mastercraft, and she can just thumb through, and she's got them all labeled with these. So that's a lovely system. Inventory done. So I just went through all of the seeds and saw what we need to order more of, etc. And then what I'm gonna do is kind of compare this with our crop plan to inform the full decision of what we're ordering more of, what we can order a little bit less of because we're gonna complement it with stuff from here, and what we don't need to order at all for the start of the season. Because some stuff like radish and turnips, we ordered enough at the end of the season to do us till this season. And I know that that was just fresh in the fall, so I don't really consider that an issue with being like old seed. So we've got some decisions made there. So now what we do is we have this lovely seed order template. And this is really important because number one, it helps inform our decisions next year. Like I said, it's good to price compare, and some of these we've already done that. So we have our provider listed here. And then also it calculates based on, for direct seeding, like in the case of direct seeding, I'm showing you here, like arugula is a direct seeded bed. So we have the number of beds, the number of grams per bed, and that gives us the total seed. So then you see the provider, we're gonna get it from Johnny's, and we need 1 pound. So that's done. In the case of transplanted crops, again, we still have the number of beds, but we have the number of trays and the size of the cell tray. So then we multiply those 3 in column G. Those 3 are multiplied together to give us our total number of seed required. And then we round up to account for error. And that gives us, so we're gonna order 10,000 bok choy seeds because we're gonna have 8 plantings, and there's gonna be roughly 600 in each planting. So about 6 grand, 6,000 seeds. We're gonna round up to 10,000. So we go through every crop like that, and sometimes they're mixed. So you can see here for beets, transplant / direct seed, we want 16 beds total. So 4 plantings of 4 beds. And so that's roughly 10,000 seeds. Again, we're gonna round up. And because we like to pre-mix, this is one that we pre-mix. So we put our yellow, red, and Chioggia together. Those 3, we actually pre-mix them and plant them mixed so that when we're harvesting, they're already mixed. Then it takes the guesswork out of like transplanting. Oh, do we put the row here? And when we're picking and planting, trying to make bunches, it's just all pre-mixed. Chefs know it's pre-mixed. They can't order one specific type. If they want one specific type, it's extra. And that works really well for us. So we do that with certain crops. We also do that with head lettuce and salanova. So yeah, anyway, keep going down here. That's how we do it. We just work through every single crop based off of this. So I'm gonna use this to inform this about what we need to order, and also go off of our crop plan, figuring out how many number of beds total. And then it's all recorded. And then again, we just update it next year, and it's got some of the information for us, like which company we get things from, etc. So really nice, and then we can compare and contrast. So I will not, really important note here, I will not be updating this. I'm going to duplicate this and do it for 2023. So you go File, make a copy, seed order 2023. That's a super important detail, because if you update it all, then you don't have 2022. We always want to have, so I'm going to adjust 2022 to be, now it's going to be 2023. So you always want to keep these, 2024. So you always want to keep these records up to date and never replace old ones, because you want to have them over time, see how things have adjusted and changed, etc. So all of it's in Google Drive. To recap, it's just really important to find brands you like to work with. Make sure you're comparing their prices. Don't skip your inventory and getting organized with that. And then lastly, keep records of everything so that you have them moving forward, so it'll be always easier every year. And then lastly, also, of course, make sure you make a crop plan before you do all of this, and check out our videos to see my crop plan.